When you like Ventura TV Appliance on Facebook, it's nice. But when you love the Samsung big screen we deliver, it's even better. Our website is cool, and it's a good place to start. But you really should touch the merchandise before you buy. Time for that upgrade to an HD 3D web-enabled Samsung TV. Get the best selection, price, and service in town without waiting. Come in to Ventura TV Appliance and touch the merchandise today.
Hi, I'm John Mallos. Welcome to this live edition of Connect with Me on the showroom floor at Ventura TV on this Tuesday. The focus today is on business. We'll talk about a natural foods market that's been here in the city of Fresno for many, many decades. And the second half hour, we'll talk to Steve Brandow. He'll be here in the studio. The city councilman wants to talk about high-speed rail. 436-MeTV, option 11. Back in a moment. Again, my friends, welcome to Connect with Me on MeTV Fresno here on Comcast Channel 187. You can watch us every Monday through Friday. Of course, you can watch us also on 43.6 and 13.1. And later on in the day, you can catch the replay at 2 o'clock, 13.6 YouTube, and 8 o'clock tonight, 13.5. That would be Biz TV. A busy day here on the program, because in a couple of hours, well, T-minus less than 2 hours and counting, the high-speed rail groundbreaking ceremony will take place in downtown Fresno. Let's go to the videotape. You know about high-speed rail by now. It's a big groundbreaking ceremony. Governor Jerry Brown is going to be there. It'll take place near Tulare and G Streets. $68 billion project. How many businesses in Fresno have already been demolished, torn down to make way for high-speed rail? By the way, later in the program, City Councilman Steve Brandow is going to be here to talk about why high-speed rail is not the thing for him or for us at this time, that we have more pressing issues to talk about and to focus our attention on as far as Steve Brandow is concerned. That's later on in the program. But for now, we're going to focus on business. That is today's program, and a business that's been around since the late 60s, although the name has changed just a couple of times. Let's roll the videotape, show you exactly what I'm talking about, take you out to Christina's Natural Ranch Market, which has been a fixture here in the Central Valley at its current location since the 70s. The owner is Jim Belcher, and he is a retired naturopath doctor who now runs the store with help from his wife. He purchased the business back in 1978. That was really the beginning stages of the health craze here in this country, when people started thinking about eating a healthier diet, more into fruits and veggies, almost like a raw foods diet. Now, of course, many years later, it is the craze, staying healthy, eating right, and working out daily. Belcher bought the business from a man named Henry Crumpler, but back then it was called Headliner Health. He changed the name in 1986 to Christina's. Prior to that, the original store was opened by two coaches. That was in 1968, and during that time period, the store was called Coach's Natural Foods. Well, live in our studio right now is Jim Belcher. He is the owner of Christina's Natural Ranch Market. He's here to take your phone calls. We'll talk about that natural foods diet. We'll talk about vitamins, how to stay healthy, should you work out. Hey, he's a retired or a former naturopath doctor, so you can call in and ask the question. 436-MeTV, option 11. We're back with our program in just a moment.
Attention all units. We have reports of 2 motorcycle cops protecting California's highway.
That's for us, good buddy.
The Men of Chips are on MeTV.
Hi, I'm John Baker. I'm John Baker. He's Officer Baker.
He's the blonde one.
Hi there!
Officer Poncherello, ma'am.
Frank Poncherello.
Oh, I'm Frank Poncherello.
And he's the one who's Eric Estrada.
There's no way I wouldn't remember a name like that.
Catch the blonde one and the one who's Eric Estrada on
Now
Chips.
on MeTV Fresno, Xfinity 187.
Remember, the second half of the program today, Steve Brandow is going to be along to talk about high-speed rail and why he thinks this is not a good time to start building a rail system, and who's going to ride it, how much it's going to cost to ride, and all that stuff. We have more pressing issues, according to Steve Brandow. He'll be here, but for now, it's Jim Belcher, the owner of Christina's Natural Ranch Market. Jim, welcome to the program. Happy New Year, by the way.
Happy New Year to you, too.
And what do you say when you wish someone Happy New Year? What do you really mean? It's you hope for a healthy new year, right? I would assume.
You'd think that, yeah.
You would think that.
Yeah.
Hey, health and prosperity, right?
Health and prosperity is where it belongs.
So tell me about how you got started with the business, Christina's.
Well, back in 1978, a friend of mine, Floyd Wilson, and his girlfriend, and my wife.
Am I supposed to know him?
Not really, just an old friend. He's still a friend. Well, anyway, my wife and him, we bought the business for them.
Yeah.
And his wife had no business experience.
Oh, okay.
So survival, I stepped in. I was working for the Santa Fe Railroad at the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you must have some comments on the high-speed rail. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I got involved with the store because financially, I've got a pretty good head on my shoulder. So after that, I got hired by Nature's Way Herb Company after I spent a couple summers down in Escondido, California with Dr. Bernard Jensen. And I did iridology for Nature's Way Herb Company all over the United States. In a 3-year period, I was in 38 different states, going to various health food stores, doing herbal seminars, as well as nutritional workups on people. And from there, I made enough money to expand the little store into what we have now.
So you purchased the store way back in 1978, was it?
Yes, it was October of '78.
Okay, why? That's the question.
Well, really, my wife was taking about $200 a month back then in vitamins and health food. And I figured, I could save a lot of money by putting her to work there. She was a registered nurse, a surgical nurse, and she really didn't like that much anymore. So.
Yeah, and taking that much in terms of vitamins back then in 1978 was rather unusual because it really wasn't the height or the boom of the health craze phase of our country. Isn't that right?
That's right. She did a lot of reading, and I didn't believe anything that she was telling me. I was
about what?
About the health, and that our doctors didn't know what they were doing and everything else. So after me going down with Dr. Jensen, I found out that food is your real medicine.
Yeah, it really is, in your opinion?
Right.
In what way?
Well, if it wasn't, we should be able to eat flavored cardboard, flavored plastic, and some people are eating plastic, Ho-Hos, Twinkies, last 100 years and stay soft. It's what you put into your body, Doctors now are realizing that it's such a chemical reaction. It breaks down with enzymes, basically. You start with enzymes, like on a raw food diet. You get the enzymes from the food. When you cook the food, you lose the enzymes. So it all starts with how you put it in your mouth. Is it healthy, what you're putting in your mouth? It's supposed to feed your body.
How about avocados? Are they good?
They are awesome. They are
bad for, it's a lot of fat, though.
They're good fats. There's good fats and bad fats.
Okay.
There's a book out called Fats That Heal and Fats That Kill, and it's been out for 20 plus years. And it was true when he put it together, and it's still true now. You're talking about the good oils, like you get into paleo diets, you get your omega-3s, 6s, 9s, 7s, even 8s now.
What should you be putting in your body?
You should be putting mostly fruits and vegetables, very little grains, and proteins.
Okay. In terms of grains, what are you talking about? Brown rice?
Yes. Anything that's not refined. The brown rice is better because it still has the nutrients in it.
Mm-hmm. What kind of nutrients?
Well, you got your fiber, number one, the bran on the rice, and then you got your B vitamins that help with the nervous system.
Oh, okay. So brown rice is good. I eat a lot of brown rice.
That's excellent.
And it's just brown rice and water. Those are the only ingredients there. I put
Right.
a little olive oil, extra virgin, maybe a tablespoon. Sometimes a teaspoon, but mostly a tablespoon.
Well, a person should have at least 2 tablespoons or more
Of what?
good fats, oils. Olive oil, almond oil, sunflower oil.
Well, I don't want to put
fish
too much
oil.
oil. I put like maybe 1 tablespoon, generally speaking, of olive oil, and that's good.
Yeah, but
right?
are you doing any other oils in your diet?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, well, you really should be.
Okay.
You really should be.
So that's good for you.
Yeah, the omega-3s, especially the flaxseed oils and like that, help you hormonally. We all want to feel best. You want to feel like the best man you can be.
Yeah.
Or the female's the best woman they can be. And the omega-3s and flax oil really benefit the body.
I want to roll a piece of videotape from your store because your store has been there for so long, and it's hard to believe it was started by 2 coaches back in '68, and it was named something totally Coaches Natural
or
Natural
All-American
Foods or something like that. Yeah. So let's roll a videotape and we'll show. Where are you located, by the way?
We're at the corner of First and Barstow, a half-mile north of Fashion Fair. If you go north past Hoover High School, you've passed us.
Oh, okay. I know exactly where that is. And we're looking at some fresh fruits and vegetables here. And is that what you're primarily going to see at your store?
You're going to see a lot of that. We get picked over. We're looking at probably getting a little bit of help for our produce man. But yeah, you're going to see a lot of organic foods.
Yeah.
Foods that are not...
Are these organic here?
Everything in our store in the produce department is certified organic.
Is that right?
Yeah. I'd like to be able to buy from the neighborhood, but they're not CCOF certified, so I can't.
You know, here's a question I get all the time because I say I buy organic sometimes, and the question I get is, how can you be sure it is organic, that you're actually buying what the label says?
Well, you're going to have to depend on the certification. If they're CCOF certified,
What's
then
that?
it's California Organic Farmers Associations. California Certified Organic Farmers, that's it.
Okay, so you're going to have to rely on that and also the store that you make the purchase from.
Right. Yeah, like there are no genetically modified foods in our store at all. If you can find one, point it out and it'll come right off the shelf in front of you.
Is that right?
Yeah, we haven't had anybody point anything out in probably a year and a half.
Right. All right, we're going to come back. Jim Belcher is our guest today here on Connect with Me. He is the owner of Christina's Natural Ranch Market out there near Hoover High School. He'll give the address one more time and the phone number if you want to go out there, venture out there. I mean, the guy's been out there since like 1978. Can't beat that. 436-MeTV option 11. We do have an open line. Second half of the program, Steve Brandow will join us, talk about high-speed rail. Back in a moment.
The Ballad of Andy and Barney. Andy and Barney were lawmen, bravest you ever did see. Warned every crook in the record book to stay out of Mayberry. They were the law.
Yes, they were the law, and they didn't know fear.
The Andy Griffith Show.
I guess to sum it up, you could say there's 3 reasons why there's so little crime in Mayberry. There's Andy, and there's me, and baby makes 3.
Now on MeTV Fresno.
Frigidaire. We introduced the first home freezer, the first pulsator agitator washer, and now we introduce the Frigidaire Orbit Clean dishwasher, designed with a unique wash arm that gives you 4 times more water coverage for a consistently better clean. Frigidaire, over 90 years of legendary innovation.
See the full line of Frigidaire appliances at Ventura TV Electronics and Appliances.
Back here on the program with Jim Belcher, our friend from Christina's Natural Ranch Market, and first time appearance for him on the program, and I hope it's not the last, my friend.
Well,
better not be.
Time will tell.
What do you mean time will tell? You got to make a commitment right now.
If I have time, we'll tell.
You're funny. I like your sense of humor. Hey, what's this thing called oil pulling?
Oil pulling, it goes back hundreds and maybe even thousands of years. It's where you take a good oil, the most common and successful is sesame seed oil.
And what do you do with it?
You take a tablespoon or so in your mouth and you just swish it around and try to go in between your teeth with it and everything else. And you'll do that for
like
10 to 15 minutes. Yeah.
Like a mouthwash.
I don't know. Do you pull the mouthwash through your teeth?
No,
and
but
swish
I mean,
it around for 15 to 20 minutes?
Well, usually 15 to 20 seconds.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
okay. Well, you do that. You can Google it too. You can go online, go oil pulling, and you'll see all kinds. I've had patients that had actually, and I'm going to say it, but they've pulled abscesses out. Had not prevented dental work, and the dentist has told me about it too.
Yeah, they're amazed, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So you get a little sesame seed oil, swish it around there for about 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And you're good to go. How often do you do that?
You should do it daily. Maybe 7 to 10 days once a month.
Okay. Okay. Hey, let's roll the videotape. Vegetables number 2. And I want to ask you about vegetables because recently, I was talking here off the air, last year I had 2 stents put in.
Right.
I had 90% blockage in 2 of my veins. But I've been told by countless people who've had the same thing, you can repair the veins in your body by eating fruits and vegetables, raw foods diet. True or false?
Very true.
How so? Explain.
Well, basically, when your arteries or your veins are clogging up, there's a lot of inflammation going on in the body.
Well, what food will take down the inflammation? What's the main food?
What's raw foods? It's the enzymes in the foods that's going to reduce the inflammations.
But if you were to name one, give me one that takes down the inflammation more than any other.
I don't know. Maybe pineapple stalks.
Okay.
Because they're high in bromelain.
Pineapple stalks.
Yeah,
okay.
not the pineapple itself, and it's got to be green.
Okay.
So if you could eat that, that's probably going to be the best. Also, raw papaya, and it's got to be green papaya, not like these little papaya tablets that they sell in the papaya enzymes. They're just a candy.
So you're talking about pineapple stalks, which you sell at your store, I'm sure. No, you don't?
No, I can't get them.
Okay,
no.
Can't get them. Okay, what about raw papaya? Do you have that?
Oh, we have raw papaya, but you're going to have to eat it when it's green.
Yeah.
And a lot of people won't.
Yeah, because it tastes bitter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not soft and delicious like it.
How about broccoli? We're looking at broccoli right there on the monitor.
Well, broccoli will work. Anything raw where you're getting the enzymes, where it's not cooked.
Right.
Heat kills enzymes.
Yeah.
And when you think about it, everything you put in your mouth, your body has to break down to feed your body. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have the enzymes, and you can lose enzymes through stress, eating refined foods.
What are we looking at there next to the broccoli? I can't tell.
That's aloe vera. Can you read?
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, got it. No problem. Hey, the eyesight starts to go at a certain age too,
Well, I've been told that,
yeah. And aloe vera is good for what?
Aloe vera, topically, very good. A lot of people use a gel inside to coat the inside of the intestinal tract. The outside of the aloe vera, you can grate it up. It makes a great laxative.
Yeah, yeah.
So the aloe vera plant, every bit of it you can use.
What else do you have in your store besides fruits and veggies?
Well, we got the largest selection of bulk herbs and spices anywhere that I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. We got 300 plus, and you can buy a spoonful or a pound of it. You know, I mean, so you don't have to buy that. Yeah, there you go. Hey, you got that on there. Yeah, you can buy a spoonful. It's by the pound if you get a 1/100 of an ounce or whatever, and you just pay for what you get.
Yeah, those are herbs and spices that you sell there. And what else? Do you sell any fish? Do you sell any protein?
We have some fish. We get it through our distributor. It's packaged. Well, we have salmon and a few other things out
You don't
there.
have the farm salmon?
No, we don't have anything farm like our chickens. Our chickens are a treat. If you've never tried it, you got to get it. They're by Pittman Farms, Mary's chickens and turkeys. When you cook them, you end up with, I say, at least 30% or more meat, because you're not cooking the water and all out like you do on the
That's your spice shelf, huh?
Yeah, that's part of it. That's only one section. Then it goes down to the right, probably 30 feet.
Yeah, pretty amazing selection there that you have. I mean, you have everything probably under the sun.
And he's zooming into the smudge pots that I call them. It's what is that? That white sage. White sage.
Yeah.
A lot of people will take that and burn it when they move into a new house and apartment, and it's just kind of like kills the odors. A lot of people
Yeah.
say it pulls the bad vibes out too.
White sage, and I heard that one other thing that is so good for you, and it's called a superfood, but besides broccoli, and that's kale.
Kale is excellent. Kale, you can almost live on kale because it has a little protein in it too.
Uh-huh.
You
It
know?
has. I've heard that kale has more protein than, say, spinach.
Oh, without a doubt.
True or false?
True. Spinach is high in oxalic acid, and if you're having joint problems, that could be an irritant, just like tomatoes. You know,
Really?
arthritis, yeah.
So if
There's
you have
a-
arthritis, don't eat spinach, don't eat tomatoes?
Especially cooked spinach. But tomatoes are an inflammatory food.
High in acid?
Yeah, especially when they're picked green.
Oh, wow.
But
I
if you're
didn't know
going
that
to
'cause I
eat
love 'em.
tomatoes, have protein meat with it.
Yeah.
Because those two kind of
This is
blend
what
together.
I've heard about tomatoes, and I heard this years ago. They said for men, I heard this like 20 years ago, for men should eat a lot of tomatoes because it's good for their prostate and it can prevent prostate cancer. I don't know if that's true or
Okay,
false, but I heard
there's
that.
a nutrient in tomatoes that is very good for men. It's called lycopene.
Okay.
And the lycopene is very good for the immune function.
Yeah. Okay. So you have to weigh the
Yeah,
options.
it's just like the brown rice too. Women having a lot of female problems, cervical dysplasia and all that. Brown rice has folic acid in it, a B vitamin. And there's been a research put out by UCLA back in the late 50s and early 60s.
Right.
That 10 milligrams of folic acid on patients that have cervical dysplasia, there was a 100% cure rate. 100%.
100%.
100%.
Which
yeah.
is something you don't hear very often.
Right.
Caller, you're on the air with Jim Belcher. Go ahead.
Yes. One quick question or a couple.
Yeah.
What is the difference between a vegan and a vegetarian? And then also, it seems like he's a proponent to juicing because you would get your raw vegetables that way. Is that true? Thanks.
Oh, okay, let's talk about the juicing first, and you remember the other part that he first part that
I
he asked.
didn't even understand what he said the first question.
That he wants to know the difference. Let's do that one first.
Okay.
Difference between a vegan and a
okay.
vegetarian.
Gotcha.
A vegetarian will eat dairy products and eggs. You know, there's ovo-lacto vegetarians and there's vegetarians. And then a vegan will not eat any animal product whatsoever, whether
Okay.
it be milk or whatever. Now, the second part on juicing, juicing's fine, but you have to cut it with clean water. You have to make sure that everything is functioning right in your body.
What if I drink a glass of 100% apple juice in the morning with
Okay.
no added sugar?
Uh-huh.
Do I have to cut that with water a little bit?
Oh, you most definitely have to.
Why?
Okay, let's say you get 8-ounce glass
Yeah.
of apple juice. No problem, just choking it right down, right? How many apples do you think it took to make that 8 ounces?
I have no idea.
Probably 8 apples. When was the last time you just ate 8 apples in 10 seconds?
Good point, Jim.
Yeah, and it's the same when you juice. I mean,
Okay.
I always have distilled water or whatever, or filtered water,
Yeah.
and you cut it. And if you're going to be
Wait, but
juicing...
do a little half and half there?
Right.
Half water, half apple juice?
Right, and if you're going to be doing it right, you should sip it too, not chug it. You sip it and swish it around, you know, kind of like a...
Oh, okay.
Till your saliva mixes with it, and that starts the digestive and the enzyme process.
I'll tell you one thing that's helped me. Cut out all sodas.
That's
and
smart.
sugar.
Smart.
And candy. I do eat a little candy. It's the dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate, yeah.
I eat one or two squares a day. They say it's good for your heart. I don't know. The small squares,
Yeah.
little tiny squares.
Yeah. Yeah, that's...
I don't eat like a whole candy bar, okay?
Yeah, the dark chocolate is cacao chocolate usually.
Cacao, yeah.
And the cacao is very good for the nervous system.
Oh.
Very relaxing. A lot of women crave chocolate before their menses.
Okay.
And the reason being it's high in magnesium.
Oh.
And when you're craving chocolate, you're probably low in your magnesium levels.
Should you take, I got to take a break here, but should you take a magnesium supplement?
Yes.
You can.
You can, but if you take too much, you're not going to leave the bathroom because magnesium's a laxative also.
All right, Jim Belcher is here. He's a straight shooter, my friends, as you can tell, here on Connect with Me on MeTV Fresno. He's not going to mince words. Listen, why mince words? We're short on time here, for goodness. It's only an hour's show. He's the owner of Christina's Natural Ranch Market. We'll give the address and phone number out there. We're glad he's here and hope he comes back again here on Connect with Me. Steve Brandow will be along in just a little while. Back in just a moment.
A top secret location. It's the spies who love me, bringing together MeTV's top super spies to fight evil at a memorable moment's notice. They're daring.
That's right.
Brave.
Now what are we gonna do?
The best we can.
Suave.
Does that apply to me, Oscar?
Possibly. And smart.
The old finger in the gun trick.
Maxwell Smart.
MeTV Fresno, channel 43.6 and Xfinity 187.
We get our speed from Mom and Dad. They do stuff super fast. And now they got this new kitchen, so they're even faster.
So they can help us with our free throws.
The time-saving Frigidaire Gallery line with a quick preheat and smudge-proof stainless steel that resists fingerprints and cleans easily. It's mealtime in no time, from start to clean. Frigidaire Gallery.
Save more during Frigidaire Gallery bonus days when you buy 3 or more qualifying appliances. See the full line of Frigidaire appliances at Ventura TV Electronics and Appliances.
All right, we're back here on Connect with Me, short on time here with Jim Belcher. He's the owner of Christina's Natural Ranch Market, 436-MeTV, option 11. We've got an open phone line. Let's roll another piece of videotape, and you can take any one of these. How about dairy? Let's roll the dairy video and talk a little bit about dairy. And I've been told that dairy, if you're a heart patient, it's probably not the best option or the best choice.
Well, first of all, dairy, cow's milk, we sell a lot of it. And we sell the very best you can get in the area. We sell organic pastures.
Okay.
We sell Clairville. These are all raw.
Okay.
And then we sell most are raw. One that is almost raw, it's called a Dairy Goddess.
Okay.
And they've got cream on the top, believe me.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of people like that.
But that's bad fat for your heart,
no,
right?
no, not
It
when
isn't?
it's raw.
Oh,
No,
it's
not
raw.
when
So
it's
it's
raw.
good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's been a bad rap on butter, believe it or not.
How so?
It doesn't clog the arteries. Margarines are plastic, basically, and they're the main problem on a lot of people when they're eating margarine.
What about goat's milk? We're looking at that right now.
Okay.
Raw goat's milk.
Goat's milk, yeah, let's look at that. That is one of nature's most perfect food. The egg and goat's milk are nature's perfect food. Goat's milk is almost identical to mama's milk. It's a pre-digested protein. In the milks, the sheep and the goat and all that, they have one stomach. A cow has 4 chambers to its stomach. So it digests it by regurgitation from one to another.
So goat's milk is healthier than cow's milk?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a lot of doctors send women in who babies can't have the formulas or the mother can't nurse. You take the goat's milk, you add folic acid and a little omega-6 oil to it, and it's almost identical to mama's milk.
All right. So why is it that I've heard that cow's milk is bad if you are a heart patient, you've had bypass surgery, you've had stents, it clogs your veins? Why have I heard that? Because you're telling me exactly the opposite. And what I don't want to do is bash the dairy industry.
No, you don't want to bash it. No, what's happened is raw milk is different than pasteurized.
All right.
Reason being, there's enzymes in it. And I'm going to get back to enzymes every chance I get. You understand, without the enzymes, we wouldn't even be living.
Yeah.
Everything in the body is a reaction to enzymes.
So what's
in
better,
the food.
raw or pasteurized milk?
Raw.
Okay.
Raw milk doesn't rot. Pasteurized milk will rot. And raw milk will sour on you. What it's doing is trying to make yogurt. It's trying to make itself into yogurt. Everybody likes yogurt.
Yeah.
You know, you can add a few pieces of fruit to the soured milk. Yeah, you know, do they have blueberry M&Ms? I don't know.
Anyway, go ahead.
Where was I? Oh, talking about the raw. Okay,
The
what
yogurt,
happens is the pasteurized dairies will heat it because it makes it last longer. You got to realize it's all about profit.
Yeah, and I
in a lot
I
of
heard you
companies.
say a few moments ago, anything that's heated
You lose the enzymes. Yeah.
You lose the enzymes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so.
Am I losing the enzymes when I cook my my brown rice?
Well, you steam it, don't you? It's not a rapid boil.
No, it's not a rapid boil. It simmers for about 10, 15 minutes.
You still get some of it.
Yeah.
You still get some. The best way to really eat grains, believe it or not, is like you're going to do your oatmeal.
Yeah.
Or any cereals, millet or anything. You get a metal thermos, and you put your grains that you're going to have for breakfast in the morning.
Yeah.
You boil water. And when it comes to a boil, you'll pour it into the thermos, throw a lid on it, and just let it sit. It'll cook itself overnight. So when you get up in the morning...
How about putting it in the microwave? No good?
I don't think there's anything good that comes out of a microwave rather than reheating food.
Yeah. Okay. Roll some more videotape there from Christina's Natural Ranch Market here in the city of Fresno. We're looking at what right here? I can't...
this is pastured eggs. Yeah, I guess a new law. Our egg prices aren't going up anyway. This is Nicky Farms eggs it's showing right now. He's a great organic farmer. He grows these little cutie mandarins, you know.
What's his name again?
Okay, come on.
Nicky Farms?
Nicky Farms is the name of it.
Okay.
And
you're drawing a blank on the
I'm drawing the name on it.
That's okay.
I'll throw it out here in a second.
Yeah, don't worry about it. But there is a new law that passed, of course, and became law first of the year. How chickens have to be raised with more space. That's going to cause the cost of eggs to go up.
Well, I don't know if it's really giving you any more space. What they do is they've just passed a law to where the chickens that are forced into these houses, cages, where they can stretch their wings now and kind of turn
they
around.
Need more space.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah,
some
but now
experts are saying.
now they can't stretch. Before they couldn't stretch their wings or turn around.
Hey, in the fridges there, what are you selling? Juices?
A lot of waters, natural juices. You know, that's kefir. There's kefirs. There's protein drinks. A little purple one sitting over there is a.
What is kefir, by the way?
Kefir is kind of a fermented dairy product, milk.
Okay. Good for you?
It's very good for you.
All right. So getting back to eggs, eat the yolk or not?
Oh, definitely. And the rawer the better.
Is that right?
When you're, yeah.
Like in Rocky, huh?
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of truth when people make jest of things. You got to realize that.
Yeah. You remember Rocky, the movie Rocky?
Yeah, I remember the movie.
He drank how many glasses? How many eggs went in that glass?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But in the yolk of the egg is all the nutrients.
Yeah.
You know, you get your choline and everything else. Choline's important for the brain.
You go to the doctor. My dad had heart surgery. I had stents put in. They say don't eat the yolk, full of cholesterol.
Well, if you're eating a clean egg, it's one of the most healthiest things you could eat.
Okay.
You know, the commercial eggs where they're from these pens and the chickens.
Yeah.
First of all, they're feeding them GMO grains now.
Okay.
And they're just after the buck. That's it. It's not the health.
Let me ask you, what's your phone number? What is your address again? Let's point that out.
The phone number at the store, I used to say it's hard to forget because it's 224-2222.
I just forgot it. What is it again?
Okay, it's 224-2222 or 2222.
I'm just giving you a bad time. The address?
It's 761 East Barstow. It's on the southwest corner of First and Barstow. We're the only shopping strip mall there.
Yeah, First and Barstow. It's easy to remember. 436-MeTV option 11. That phone number is also easy to remember. And remember also that Steve Brandow is going to be here in the second part of the program. A lot of things to remember here on the program today. Unbelievable. We're back in a moment.
Ladies' Night was started in his honor. Barstools pulled themselves out for him. The only thing Chuck Norris is afraid of is her. Cheers is the most memorable bar in the world. You may not always watch comedy, but when you do, watch Cheers.
MeTV Fresno, channel 43.6 and Xfinity 187.
The focus us today on business, and it is Christina's Natural Ranch Food Market out there at First and Barstow, 224-2222. Jim Belcher, the owner, is here. And let's roll some more videotape from the store. We have plenty to show you. What about your business? You're successful, obviously. I mean, that goes without saying. You've been around for a long time. Duh. Why? How?
Well,
is it the people
our customers are real loyal. A lot of them came to us when they weren't feeling good and they were sick, and some of them have been diagnosed terminally.
Yeah.
And they're still alive 5-10 years after that.
You've helped them.
They've helped themselves. I've given them information. You know, I can't take credit for anything other than the information that I give them.
But you know what I mean. You've given them the advice. Here we're looking at a few shelves full of vitamins there, it looks like, and supplements. Is that right?
Oh, we have a great selection. Yeah, we're cutting down. See, what we've done on a lot of the supplements, we found out on the GMO movement, a lot of the vitamin C's out there and a lot of the vitamin E's and all of this are genetically modified. There's none of that in my store. They're all clean.
Yeah.
We carry Blue Bonnet, and that's one of the cleanest lines I've ever been associated with.
Yeah.
You know, my line, we got our Christina's brands. They're an excellent choice for the dollar. They really are.
Yeah.
And, you know, my store, I'm just proud of it. My employees, I mean, I couldn't do it without my employees.
Yeah.
You know, they are very important. They're knowledgeable, and we're trying to train them as well as we can.
Do you credit part of your success to this health food craze? There is a certain craze in this country where I don't think it's hit Fresno yet. No, if my store was anywhere else than Fresno, we would be doing probably $40,000-$50,000 a day, and the size I'm in. Yeah.
If I was at Santa Cruz or some other, well, I'm not going to throw that number out there, but it's quite a bit less.
We know you're making less than that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it is in part to it. I mean, you're right about Fresno. It hasn't caught up with the rest of the country in terms of staying fit. Although a lot of people that I run into, I mean, they're either have just come back from the gym, they're going to the gym, they're watching what they eat, they want to get in shape, they look good.
Are they really watching what they eat?
Well, they think they are.
Yeah.
They think they are.
Yeah, to watch what you eat, you have to know what you're eating.
Well, maybe the knowledge isn't there. Maybe they don't have the same knowledge you do.
Why don't they teach that?
Why don't they teach? Who's they?
The nutritionists, everything else. They have these 4 food groups and the pyramid and everything else.
Yeah.
Now, if you turn it upside down, it's probably going to be closer to the fact.
Yeah.
You know,
You're
the proteins should
yeah.
be one of the last things at the bottom.
Right.
You know, you turn it around and it's way up at the top. You need your vegetables and fruits and...
what about beans? You like beans?
Legumes, in times they are. Mixed with rice are an excellent source of protein when you do them that
brown
way.
rice.
You're right.
Yeah, white rice is just a killer, in my opinion.
Okay.
I just cannot see
Let me tell you a
white
story.
rice.
Let me tell you a story.
Go ahead.
Dr. Jensen told me, and he actually showed me this, and I use it. White flour. He had a bag of white flour sitting on the ground for over a year on an anthill.
Gotcha.
It still weighed 5 pounds when we weighed it.
Yeah.
He took me over where he had whole wheat sitting on another anthill, and the bag was almost empty.
Yeah, because
it had the
dissipates.
Nutrients in there. It had the fiber, it had the wheat bran, the germ, everything.
What you're saying, it dissipates.
No, what I'm saying is the ants took it away and ate it.
Oh, okay. All right.
You know, if the ants are smart enough not to eat the refined foods, why are we? Why aren't we?
Interesting concept.
You know,
what do you think about a doctor? He's been around a long time, had his own show on PBS, Dr. Henry Weil.
Oh, wonderful man. Wonderful man.
You believe in all of his concepts?
90% of what he puts out there is a gospel.
It is. It's right along the same line of thinking as you.
Oh, yes.
It is, because he's written several books.
Andrew Weil.
Andrew Weil.
Yeah.
I said Henry Weil. It's Andrew Weil.
Andrew
I'm sorry.
Weil, yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Andrew Weil has been around for a long time.
And he has a beard. It's wonderful. I used to have a beard. I had an employee that died, and I shaved it off around 2000.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to look like a wild man.
Yeah, you used to look like the doctor.
Yeah.
All right, we have any more videotape from the store? Let's roll that and talk a little bit about your clientele. Who comes into your store?
Anybody probably trying to better their health. You know, I mean, we're not like, I don't want to use the word Whole Foods, but we're a really clean store.
All right. Caller, go ahead. You're on the air with Jim Belcher. Got to turn your sound down. Turn down the sound on your TV.
Okay. Is this a John Mello show?
Yeah, you have to turn down the sound on your TV, please.
Okay, just a minute. Just a minute, please.
Take your time.
Turn down the sound on the TV. Ponlo quedito. Hello?
Take your time. Yeah, take your time. We have all day here. No, just kidding. Go ahead, ma'am. You're on the air.
You were just talking about vitamins. I have macular degeneration, and I was told there were vitamins for the eyes, something called preserved vision. Is there such a thing?
Yeah, there are nutrients that with macular degeneration that will slow it and prevent it, basically.
Such as?
Zinc is one of the most important part. Then you got your luteins and your bilberry. I'm surprised that didn't forget that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But those things are very important for the eyes. We have combinations that help with that.
Yeah.
We got 3 or 4 really nice eye combinations that have those 3 items in it.
So zinc helps your eyes.
Zinc helps a lot of things, immune system, everything.
Yeah, and carrots helps your eyes?
Well, you've never seen a rabbit wear glasses, have you?
No, I haven't.
Well, there you go.
I've never seen a deer wear glasses either, though.
They eat carrots too, don't they?
I don't know.
If you get to them, yeah, they'll grub them up. Carrots have what they call beta-carotene in there.
Gotcha.
And beta-carotene is a form of vitamin A that you can't overdose on, because as the body needs it, it'll convert it to vitamin A.
It will?
Yeah.
So eat a lot of carrots.
You
as
should,
many as you want.
Yeah, if you want to. You won't get fat on carrots either.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
You might get fat on carrot juice because, you know, you're eating 5 pounds of carrots in a glass and a half.
Just like apple juice.
Juice is juice.
Oh, man. So I have to water down my apple juice in the morning now.
Well,
that's okay.
Think how much money you're going to save, and you're going to get the same benefit.
No, I understand. It just tastes so good, especially when it's cold.
Okay, a little secret I learned a long time ago. Apple juice at a grocery store, read it. Does it say 100% apple juice? It's not. A lot of times they're 90% sugar water and 10% juice. Check your juices out there. They go, well, how come yours costs $2.99 and I can get this at 99 cents at the grocery store?
Okay, but I read the ingredients, and the ingredients on the bottle says 100% juice, and it says apples, and that's it, and water.
Well, then if it's, and water.
Yeah.
Okay, 100% juice is added to the water.
Yeah.
So it's diluted.
All right. Okay. Listen, we got to take a break. Jim, it's good of you to be here.
Okay.
How do you compete with the guys like Whole Foods?
I don't.
You don't worry about them? Huh?
I don't worry about Whole Foods. We have a real good relationship with Whole Foods and Trader Joe's and all of that. They send people over to us.
Yeah.
They really do.
All right. I'm going to come over to your store and get some more advice.
Okay.
Because you know about the stents now, right? All right.
Okay, well, thank you.
Jim, good to see you. Happy New Year.
Yeah, and next month I'm going to be writing an article for the Fig Garden magazine and the Bluffs magazine.
Okay.
And it's going to be all on your cardiovascular system, and it's going to be titled "You Got to Have Heart."
Okay. I want to read that article.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Jim Belcher, Christina's Natural Ranch Market, First and Barstow, 224-2222. Glad to have him along today. Next up here on Connect with Me, Steve Brandow talking about high-speed rail. We're back in a moment, including your phone calls at 436-MeTV option 11.
This fall, there is a place, familiar and inviting, timeless and warm. MeTV, a place all your own that you can call home.
Hi, honey, I'm home.
This fall, home is where you'll find me.
You mean to tell me that's all there is to it?
That's all.
MeTV Fresno, channel 43.6 and Xfinity 187.
Tough TV is the first digital broadcast network to offer first-run original programming targeted at men. Tough TV features content that men are passionate about. Sports.
No matter what happens in the fight, ooh, good right, left. coming on strong.
Lifestyle.
What we've done is we've created a technology that allows us to run video games in extremely powerful servers in service centers.
Drama.
Did you cause this?
Reality.
Welcome to this edition of Eye for an Eye. Now, today in court, we have the case of the reckless brother who tried to unravel his own family ties.
Talk.
Damn, we have a winner!
Specials.
I'm Dick Butkus. Welcome to the Butkus Awards TV special.
And movies.
Everybody on your knees, put your hands on the table.
Sports, lifestyle, drama, reality, talk, specials, and movies. Are you tough enough?
Frigidaire. It means the first electric refrigerator. The first compact electric range. Now, there's the Frigidaire Gallery Range with Symmetry double ovens. It's designed to cook multiple dishes at multiple temperatures, so you can prepare the entire meal at the same time. Frigidaire, over 90 years of legendary innovation.
See the full line of Frigidaire appliances at Ventura TV Electronics and Appliances.
Welcome to a new beginning. An adventure that goes well beyond passive diversions. Empowering through exploration. Engaging your passions. Inspiring with lives lived outdoors. Come with us. Untamed Sports TV.
You can find Untamed Sports on over-the-air channel 13.8.
It's almost time.
Now we'll find out once and for all about Clark Kent and Superman.
Look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a TV show.
Yes, but who is he? What's his name?
He's Superman.
Golly, Clark, won't that be wonderful seeing Superman?
Fighting a never-ending battle for truth, justice, and television the Me TV way.
No one can do the things that Superman does.
The adventures of Superman.
Now on Me TV Fresno, Xfinity 187.
Frigidaire. It means the first refrigerator. It means a history of innovations that help make your home life better. And now we introduce the new Frigidaire French door refrigerator with over 100 ways to organize for maximum flexibility. Built with adjustable flip-up and slide-under shelving and stackable crisper drawers. It's the refrigerator that flexes to fit it all, no matter what your day will bring. Frigidaire, over 90 years of legendary innovation.
See the full line of Frigidaire appliances at Ventura TV Electronics and Appliances.
Back here on the program on Connect with Me on Me TV Fresno on a Tuesday morning, and our thanks to Jim Belcher. Not time to change the subject or the topic here on the program, and that is high-speed rail. Let's roll the videotape and I'll show you what I'm talking about. A groundbreaking ceremony to take place at noon today. That's in about an hour and 11 minutes or so. Governor Jerry Brown is going to be in town in downtown Fresno, so if you're headed toward the area, remember there could be a big traffic jam because they're going to block some streets off. This taking place over, well, near Tulare and G Streets in downtown Fresno. This is a $68 billion project with a B. How many businesses in Fresno have already been knocked to the ground, torn out to make way for high-speed rail? I don't know, but a lot. And so this rail system is supposed to, and it's supposed to be designed, I guess, to take passengers from Los Angeles to San Francisco in roughly 3 hours' time. Otherwise, it would take you what? Hop in a car, it takes you what, maybe 6 hours to 8 hours, depending on the traffic. Live in our studio right now is Steve Brandow to talk about high-speed rail and how the fact that he believes the timing of this project is simply wrong. We have other pressing issues to talk about. 436 Me TV option 11. Only about 10 minutes left in the show. We'll talk to Steve right after the break.
Frigidaire. We introduce the first home freezer. The first pulsator agitator washer. And now we introduce the Frigidaire Orbit Clean dishwasher, designed with a unique wash arm that gives you 4 times more water coverage for a consistently better clean. Frigidaire, over 90 years of legendary innovation.
See the full line of Frigidaire appliances at Ventura TV Electronics and Appliances.
Back here on the program, minutes left with Steve Brandow here. Happy New Year, Steve.
Hey,
Good
John,
to see
Happy
you.
New Year.
How
Good to
are
be
you?
back.
Yeah, thank
I'm
you.
doing good.
I saw you on Channel 47 this morning. Great job talking about high-speed rail. And you're not against high-speed rail per se, as I kind of gathered from the interview, but you think the timing is wrong.
Well, John, I have issues with the train itself, but I'm leaving those off the table for today. Today's a day that those supporters of that train are celebrating, and they're sticking a shovel in the ground, and I'm not going to badmouth the train itself today. But I did write a letter to the governor, and that's probably why you've seen me being interviewed a little bit lately, is because I wrote a letter to the governor and talked about priorities. And I mentioned 3 priorities that I thought should be higher than that train right now. In the city of Fresno, since Proposition 14 passed in November, Police Chief Dyer just told me the other day, we've seen about a 26% spike in burglaries and auto theft. That would be a good reason for the governor to come to Fresno and talk about rising crime. Some of his policies have brought us that increase in crime. Then secondly, I talked a little bit about our roadways. In the state of California and in the county of Fresno, our roadways are falling apart everywhere. I don't care if you're in streets of Fresno, right down here by Ventura TV, or I don't care if you're in North Fresno where I live. All across our city, our streets need to be repaved. That's a big infrastructure project. We're not spending any money on that. We're focusing on a train. That's 2 things. Finally, and the biggest one was water. Everything that we do in the Central Valley, whether it's the urban city of Fresno or Fresno County, Madera, Kings County, everything's connected to water. And I'm all for infrastructure, and I'm not against this train just because it's some infrastructure that I don't like. I'm for infrastructure that makes sense. And I'm saying, Governor, let's put a check on our priorities. Let's do some water infrastructure. You're staying on top of high-speed rail. You want it to be a legacy. I'm saying, why don't you shift your legacy to water infrastructure? That's something we can all join you on. Republicans, Democrats, conservatives, liberals, everybody would appreciate water, a water infrastructure legacy. And I say, let's break ground on Temperance Flat Dam instead of the high-speed rail.
Yeah, wouldn't that be a novel idea? Because I don't know why so many liberals and Democrats are against water storage, it seems. Why do you think that is?
You know, I think it defeats in the purposes of a lot of the aggressive environmentalists. Now, everyday people that are into conservation, they don't have so much of a problem with it. But when you get to the crazy environmental left, they want to hamstring everything in the state, and they don't want to see our valley flourish. They want to see things go back to the way it was several hundred years ago in California. In many ways, they're getting their way. So they don't want to see an increase of water storage, because in their minds, they believe that's going to take care of a population that they really don't want to see in the state. So they don't want to see the towns of the valley, including Fresno. They don't want to see us increase in population, so they want to cut off water. And so that's the kind of talk that you hear from them. So I think we're going to have a lot of a fight on our hands. The rest of us are saying, we need water.
We need water.
Yeah,
there's no question about it. Do you think they want to see some farms go by the wayside?
I think they'd be happy to see the Central Valley go back to
being a dust bowl.
Be a dust bowl, you know, and that's the way we get treated oftentimes. So they're going to be they're putting themselves in charge of groundwater. We know that. So they're going to demand, put all kinds of demands on the valley. Meanwhile, John, San Francisco gets their drinking water from 45 minutes away from Hetch Hetchy. Right?
It's about 90% full right now, by the way.
Right.
Okay.
That's where they ship that drinking water all the way to San Francisco. A beautiful, pristine section of Yosemite up here supplies San Francisco with. So they put Yosemite underwater so that they could have a water supply.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? And the same politicians in San Francisco and Sacramento and D.C. are depriving us and our farmers of water. It's really an amazing story. But getting back to high-speed rail, What don't you like about the project?
Well, really, mostly today, I'm going to reserve myself. You know, I don't like the fact that there's no budget for the project. You know, because we've known each other for several years. I'm a small business owner.
I know.
I've got a carpet cleaning company.
I know.
I know exactly how much it costs me to buy a new van and to hire an employee and to buy my products. So these are the type of budgeting that train doesn't have. There's no money set aside. We have about 1/10 of the budget for that train, and the federal government has told us there's no more money coming. California's not getting any more money for your train. So, Joe, my question then has to be, how are you guys going to complete this project? And if you can't, why are you tearing up my city? You
Yeah,
know?
$68 billion is what they started with. Then it went up over $100 billion. Now it's back down to 68 or so. And the other question is, who's going to ride it? How much are tickets going to be? And when will it be completed, if ever?
All of those answers have been asked. Those questions have been asked, but the answers bounce around also.
What are the answers?
Yeah, they tell us different things. And so originally, the train ticket was going to be $45. Now, I've heard that train ticket go all the way up to $90 now. Now, you assume that you're a family of 4. How do you get to a Dodgers game or a Giants game and with a family of 4 with the tickets $90?
That's almost $400 just in tickets.
It's just in tickets, and that doesn't get you in the gate or buy you popcorn or hot dog.
Yeah, and the completion date. Who knows if it's going to be built in my lifetime?
John, I share those concerns too. So there's just so many unanswered questions. I'm really surprised. I think having a groundbreaking today is the wrong time, the wrong priority.
Yeah. Let's talk about a couple issues here in the city of Fresno,
okay.
And that is crime. You mentioned Prop 47. What are some of the other policies that Governor Brown has put into place and the state legislature that have caused our crime to go up?
He led the charge on realignment, which just hit us about this time last year, which realignment is essentially pushing state criminals into our local jails. So our local jails should be full of the people that are committing crimes in our community. Instead, state criminals are pushed into our local jails, and then that means we don't have room for the lower level criminals that are out ripping off Fresno residents. So those types of criminal activity, they get to run rampant in our city. The criminals now know, John, that I can go and steal a bicycle from a garage. If I get caught, I'm not going to spend any time in jail.
No, and if you break into somebody's home, it's not a felony anymore. It's a misdemeanor, for goodness sake. So have you talked to Chief Jerry Dyer? You know I'm a big fan of Chief Dyers. I think he's doing a great job. What about the crime and the shooting sprees the last month or so? Have they come down? Have you talked to Chief Dyer? So,
yes, I just talked to him 48 hours ago. And so what we're seeing is the low-level property crimes are rising. We've seen a 26% spike since November in property crimes. Automobiles, burglaries at the home.
Since Prop 47.
Since Prop 47. But he is telling me good news about murders, and apparently, you know, they did a sweep of a gang intervention sweep here about a month ago, 3 weeks ago, and that paid off big dividends. So we're starting to see the results of that energy put into gang intervention and that sweep. And so some of those numbers are coming down, but property crimes are going up.
Yeah, it's amazing. You know, it seems like, you know, our police and our sheriff departments are tough on crime, but it seems like our lawmakers are not.
Exactly, and that doesn't quite work well together.
It doesn't work well together. It's like oil and water, isn't it? Hey, we got about 30 seconds left. I just want to thank you for being on the program such short notice today and talking about high-speed rail. Are you going to be at the event?
Yes, I'm heading down there right after I leave your show.
Yeah, it's going to be crowded down there, so parking will be scarce. But I appreciate your time, Steve.
Thank you, John. Good to be back home.
Happy New Year. And come back again. We'll talk about some issues.
Absolutely.
All right, Steve Brandell, one of the good guys on the City Council here in Fresno. Glad to have him along. We're going to be back again tomorrow with another program talking about that. Oh my goodness, that dreaded gas tax. After the first of the year, you saw those prices go back up at the pump. We'll talk about that and much more tomorrow. 436-ME-TV option 11. Remember to call in tomorrow about that one. Have a great day.